Good morning, afternoon, morning, I don't know. Um, I just woke up and I was gonna do my dailies, and I still had some side stuff to do, I realized. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I didn't know that there was something that happens when you go here, so I'm gonna go here first and do this a little bit. And, yeah, then I'll do maybe. Then I'm gonna do the event, I think, and then maybe level Razor, and maybe do his story, and then maybe do Durin's quest. I don't know. It depends. Anyway, I'm gonna get started. Um, yeah. Okay.
Could Columbina really? Columbina? Oh, it's you. Are you also waiting for Columbina to come back? So, you too. Hey, come on, don't be so sad. Keep your chin up. If everyone was sad, that'd be like, oh, Paimon doesn't want to think about it.
I haven't given up yet. Columbina, all of her friends, none of them would ever just give up like this. Give us a little more time. I can't promise anything, but I'll do everything I can.
Are they cheering for us? Thank you. Do you need us to help you with something? This Koenki. Paimon thinks she looks a little flustered. Why don't you play something? If they hear a familiar melody, maybe they'll calm down a little bit. Oh, they're asleep. Looks like they haven't had a good rest in a long time. Shh, let's leave. Androne! What are you doing here?
What? Am I not allowed to take walks now? Thought as much. No such thing as a free miracle, you know.
Hey, which way are you headed? Paimon means we don't see much of each other. Maybe we could join you for a bit.
Let's not. I'm not in a good mood today, and don't have anything nice to say. Besides, comfort is the last thing this place needs.
Yep. Very sad. Alright. Event. Bing Bang Finch Ball. Alright. Okay. Oh, okay, it's the pinball. Alright. Okay, let's do it. Oh, right. Wow, thing's zipping around. Bro, this is kind of wild. It's just doing whatever it's doing. Oh, I fucked up. No, rip. That was a bit crazy. Okay. Wait, you have to like stop them from reaching the... I don't think it matters, right? Huge score. Huge. It's gonna be huge, Yugi. Oh, I nearly lost it there. Need to hit it an extra time to take it down. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Oop, that's unfortunate. Shit, I figured. Yeah. Ah, I lost one right off the bat. That's unfortunate. Okie doke. We do all of these already? That would be nice. Just get them out of the way. Okay. I guess we'll just shoot it straight. God, there's so many. There's so many. Okie doke. Okay, well. Okay, we're gonna do that. I lost the inspired state. Rip, ripperoni and rice-a-roni. God, I keep forgetting it's not a mouse. It's yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's do that. Ooh, wow. Okay, that's nice. Okay, we might be kind of cooked. Wait, no, okay, we just go back to the normal stage, that's why. Okay. Oh, bodied. Alright, next one. Oh, okay, we can't do the next one yet. Okay, we have reached the limit. Great. I should have enough to level Razor now. Alright, I can turn in daily commissions. We can do the anecdotes as well. There should be a couple of those around. Yeah. Do my
Add Astra.
teapot.
Thank you for complete.
Yep.
Add Astra.
This realm...
Oh, okay, we got D-loop to 10 after 15 years. Well,
If
5
you ever
years.
have any...
Okay, let's swap him out for something. Okay, we'll just throw Yunjin in there because she's closest. Okay. Go ahead and get those notifications off. Actually, you know what? I think it would look okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Claim all those. What am I missing? Use resin. Okay. Okay, and let's go ahead and level Razor. Yep, okay, there we go. Go grab some more wolf hooks. I don't know if there's going to be enough to... Also... do those still count as Mondstadt specialties? Even though it's in Fontaine? Like, can I track them with Klee? Let's find out. Because now I'm curious. I mean, obviously they needed to add more because there weren't enough in the initial Mondstadt region.
Let me scroll.
What do you need to do to build energy?
Fate is upon you.
Teamwork is strict. Time for takeoff. Brace yourselves.
Man, he kinda cooks now. I don't even have him with a level 90 weapon or his talents fully leveled yet. I'm just trying to get, like, all of the, Hexerai characters
Wouldn't gliding be
actually, like, buffed up before I even worry about, like, building them properly.
delved into destiny.
Yahoo!
The hunter becomes...
Okay, it does still track them. I don't think I have a Fontaine character that can track specialties, now that I think about it. So, I guess it's a good thing that, yeah.
Let me scry. Yeah. Written in the stars. Curse everybody, stand! Think you can get away? Yeah.
New Tide anthology compiled by what? Okay. Interesting. Wait, that's it? So there's literally only one... What? Man, that's kind of awful, actually. I'm not gonna lie. There weren't enough in the base game, so they added more, but they only added 3 more. Like, come on. What are we doing here? Bruh. Okay, anyway. I don't even have it equipped with anything. What? Oh, right. Back in the day when Fizz Razor was considered a thing. I never actually played him, but I, like, threw some artifacts on him that I had spare just so that I'd use them later. Okay. Yep, okay, I guess we do that next. Is there anything else that I should do first? I should spend my resin at some point, but we'll do this first to get it done. Yeah, okay, I gotta unlock it from the menu. That's right. They actually make you do... Okay, well, that's fine. More content. It's like they make you do it for Durin. Like, okay. That's fair. With Lupical. Okay. I still can't believe that there was somebody who said, oh no, they're gating the buffs behind content. Now, like the quests, you like oh no, you have to play the game to play the game. Like, huh? It's not even a grind. It's literally story content. It's literally content. Now, if their criticism was that some of the enhancements that should be baseline are gated behind having 2 Hexerai characters in the party, yeah, that's kind of fair. It's not like a huge deal, but I do kind of understand it.
Gliding. Shadows of fate.
But it was a little goofy. Oh no, they're gating content behind actual content.
Time for takeoff. Here we go.
I've never been a Klee enjoyer, but now that Alice is going to be a thing, yeah. Probably going to build Klee. Especially now that Hexerai is a thing. I'm just waiting for Alice.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
You know what? I should check, because I don't remember what the, what's the second half banner gonna be? Oh, right. Verisa and Jalonen. Yeah, I don't care about those banners at all. I didn't know that Verisa's VA was also Rover VA, apparently. Which is cool, but, like, I know Verisa's, like, actually a pretty meta unit. It's just, I never cared about the unit at all. And especially since, you know, we're going to be having, like, Alice and Varka. And as a Geo player, the White Horse, who's going to be Lunar Crystallize, like, since we've got all of that coming up, and not to mention Nicole, it's like, Verisa's just not in the cards for me. Like, it's not even something I'm considering in comparison to all of that. Alrighty.
Razor over there with... Whoa! The Grey Wolf King of the North! Wonder what they're talking about. Razor!
Familiar scent. Ah, you two. You have been good?
Yep, we're doing great. Oh, but what happened to Berea's Razor? We saw you talking just now. Is it a secret?
We go on hunt. I tried to convince Wolflord.
A hunt? Oh, is that Razor's task? Are the wolves out of food? Is that why you're going on a hunt?
No, this hunt is not for food. We hunt enemies. The Dark Wolf Pack. Strange scent coming from land they took, getting stronger. We must hunt enemies to purify the forest.
Oh, so did Boreas agree? Paimon remembers last time he said something like, Razor, you must not get involved. This is for the wolves to settle between themselves. Oh, sorry, Razor. Paimon didn't mean to dig that up again.
It's okay. I know Lupacol means no harm. Besides, teacher taught me how to talk to Wolflord.
Lisa taught you how to talk to him? Oh, like she told you what to say? So that means you got him to agree then, right?
Yes. Words were hard, but I did it.
Ha! So you actually managed to convince that giant, stubborn old fella. That's super impressive, Razor.
Dark wolves are enemies of the whole world. Teacher said this is not wolf problem. This is world problem. And Wolflord agreed. But because of that, other wolves won't join. This war is between me and Dark Wolf Pack.
Then count us in too. Those awful rift hounds have been getting on our nerves for a while.
Thank you. Help makes for easy hunt.
Speaking of, how is this hunt gonna work?
We set trap. Chase dark wolves here, into trap. Then Wolflord pinned them down, and we finish hunt. tell me when ready. We start hunt.
Come on! Let's clear them out in one go!
Yes.
Get back!
Decided by destiny. Let me scry. I'm going in. Think you can get away? Let's play. Blazing delight! Fine, boom! Here we go. Get out of here! Adventure time! Get out of here! Everybody stand back! Shadows of fate! Time for takeoff.
Done. Huh? Why are Lupacol here?
Oh no! The Rift Hounds are attacking them! We gotta get rid of them quick!
Get out of here! I'm going in!
Blow them all up! That really...
Delve into destiny! Let's play! Think you can get away?
Fine, boom! Whew, that was close. Good thing the wolves were there to help. They intercepted those Rift Hounds for us, and even drove them away.
But this isn't wolf problem.
You're doing this to help your Lupacol, right? Well, they want you to be safe too. Paimon bets they went to the Wolf King and said, "Listen here, this isn't just our Lupacol's problem. This is the world's problem." And then rushed over to help.
Lupacol is Lupacol. I am human, but I do not need to be wolf to be Lupacol. I just want to help them.
Well said, Razor.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, come on. Let's go kick some Rift Hound butt.
Written in the stars. Let me scry.
I want to go home now.
Time for takeoff. Here we go. shadows of fate!
Shoot! I can't afford any more bandages.
My reckoning. Let's go. Let's play. Yeah.
Look! The rest of the Rift Hounds are just up ahead! Get ready!
For Lupacall.
For Lupacall! Blazing delay! Jumpy Dumpty Toe!
Think you can get away? Brace yourselves. Ha. Yeah.
Jumpy Dumpty Toe!
Everybody stand back! Yahoo! Time for takeoff.
Blow them all up! We did it!
Thank you for helping. I thought protecting Lupacall was up to me. But Lupacall also...
We're here because we care about you, just like you do us. That's what makes us Lupacall, right?
Right. We are Lupacall forever.
Aww. And now, there won't be any more intruders in Wolvendom.
No. Dark Wolf Pack, rip open sky. They could come again. But me and Lupacall will hunt them down, no matter what.
Yeah! If you ever need help, just say the word. We're here for you.
I appreciate it. They call for me.
Sounds like they want to make sure you're safe.
Then I should go. Thank you for the help.
Well, alright then. That's kind of cool, getting to see the special wolves and fight alongside them. Come to think of it, have there actually ever been other wolves in this game other than the Rift Hounds? I don't think so, right? Okay, so... Go heal up. That is the downside of playing with a bunch of characters that don't have any artifacts or proper weapons or anything.
La la la.
Still Venti carried. Oh wait, oh, they're all level 0 though. Except, like, 1. Yeah, Venti, Bennett, and the Trial Razor carried for sure. Okay, so we can do Durin's main quest. He's still pop, like, shouldn't they be... Right, the other thing I should do is spend my resin. Right, one of my things is about to expire this week.
These bombs.
I guess I would like to get them all to 80 as a baseline and get their talents to 6 as a baseline before I do want to like fully level Venti though and invest now that he's like pretty good. And I think I have all the mats I need for that. It's just Mora that I would need. Yeah, that's like half my Mora. Fully half my Mora to level his talents once. That's a bit rough. Okay. Let's check all of the ones in the little book and see how they're doing. I believe I have official... God. I need to, like, take a screenshot so that I can reference it all quickly. Okay. I'm gonna use snip. And then we're just gonna grab that, set that on the other screen so that I can look at it. I know I've got all of Venti's skills to 6. What about Cleve? Got them all. Yes. And Mona. And I'm pretty sure I did for Albedo as well. Yep. Yeah, the reason I use 6 as the baseline is because it's where it starts needing weekly boss mats, which isn't really a problem, but it is the like a limiting factor, so I kind of set that as the baseline. And yeah, I know you don't have to level all the skills evenly, but I just like to do it that way, okay? It's my game. I'm gonna play how I want, okay? So we already looked at Mona, Cleve, Venti, Albedo. Pretty sure we haven't done Razor's skills. Yeah, they're all level 4. Now I need more. Okay, we'll go get those. Actually, we can do those with the, other things. So let's do the electrohypostasis. Or his ascension mats.
Strike a pose! Let my name echo in song!
A little in over my head.
Really? Okay, whatever. Whatever.
Fearless.
Right,
Another star goes out. Manifest. Yoo-hoo! A dash of frost.
Spawn the things.
Cryo incarnate.
That should hit most of them.
Extinguished.
Okay. So we need 12 of them for his next one. How many do we actually have? Owned 3. Okay, so we need to do this basically 3 more times. No. Yeah, 3. 3.
Shower me with praise. Time to shine.
Off to the freezer!
Not today.
Goose on the loose!
Mine to wield.
Oh. Okay.
A dash of frosting! Transfiguration!
Oh, sorry. Alrighty.
Let the world collide! Off to the freezer! The pinnacle of excellence! Do your master's bidding! A little amuse-bouche!
Okay, one more. But we don't quite have enough resin to do one more, so... we will wait a little bit, because I've got other stuff to do in the meantime. Right. 32, yeah, so 8 times, that's what, 64 minutes, so about an hour. I don't think I can come up with stuff to do for an hour. And the other thing I wanted to do was get his talents up to 6. So we need resistance for that. I think for him you do need all of them too anyway. So he was resistance, right? Let me double check, because I didn't actually look at the name, I just clicked the fucking button. Yeah, resistance. Okay. And also we can use some of the transient resin. Actually, you know what? Well, yeah, I could do it either way. You know what? Let's do that because we've got to use it anyway, no matter what. So, and it makes no difference in what form I use it. So, okay, let's use one of these. Wait, they both expire in 7 days? Okay, well, whatever. We'll just use one, and we will... Oh, maybe I got an extra from Imaginarium? I thought I did that last week, but... we'll go do that and get his Ascension. I can't even do that today anyway, because, yeah, so actually I should just do the... Yeah, I can't do that anyway because I need more of the Wolfhook berries. Did I get any from the quest? No. Of course not. That would be ridiculous. Yeah, so we'll just go do the... We'll go do that, since those are time limited and the Ascension mats are not. The like, hypostasis Ascension mats. And also, yeah. I'll just recommend Pyro. right? Because it's the cryo slime stuff.
Late back.
Get out of here!
Stabilize.
Huh? Let me weave you up.
Overruled.
Okay, yeah, I guess we'll... You know what, we'll use these first. I'll probably do like 2 and then see how far I can take his talents.
Laid bare.
Teamwork is strict. Rain cutter. No, my sword. Get out of here!
Gather.
Alright, let's see how far that gets us. Probably won't get us there, but I'm gonna check anyway. Because he's only got, I only need 2 levels on each talent. Right, what am I doing? I don't need to craft them yet, I just need to... Okay, so we need 27 of these. We can craft 12. So we are going to need a couple more. Let's see how many we can get. Oh, no, I'm stupid. Oops. Well, yeah, anyway. That was not very smart.
Transfixed. Stabilize.
I'm going in! Let me weave you a verse.
Overrule.
Get out of here!
Gather. This is order.
That's what I meant to do, but, yeah, it's kind of okay.
Laid bare. Solidify.
Everybody stand! Rain cutter!
That was El Bigo Mistako.
Transfix. Gather.
Teamwork is strict. Witness the power of go.
Overruled.
I'm probably gonna need more. I own 24, that's enough to make 8. 26. I need 29. I'll have to get a little lucky on the craft, but I think I can do it. Alright, let's go... actually, maybe not. It depends. It depends on how lucky I get. How unlucky I get on the bonus. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. And we're done. Now we just gotta get wolf hooks, and we can get him to 80. Well, actually, I don't think I have XP, Adventurers XP for that. So, yeah, that's fun. Being starved for resources all the time.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll
Alright,
like
so
what you
let's see. Who else haven't I checked? Okay. Cross off the ones I have. Okay, we got him. So official, and then sucrose. I'm pretty sure I leveled sucrose to 6, but I'll double check anyway. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So we want Animo. Talents, yeah, I know she should be leveled to 90 for EM, but I never did it because I don't use her that much. So yeah, those are all baseline 6, and then official, pretty sure I also did her. Where's she? Right. Okay, yeah, baseline. Alright. I actually gave her RDs, mostly. I have a lot of I have like a lot of characters that are just barely playable at this level of gameplay. Like, that's how I'm able to do Imaginarium, is because, like, a lot of them are kind of weak from just not having good gear, but they're, like, good enough that that with a proper driver and reactions, you can usually, like, sort of cheese your way through, like, the early phases of Imaginarium. And then I can just use my meta teams at the end. Usually. Alright, so we've got all those done. I guess the next thing to do is probably the Durin quest. I really wish I had more mats to, like, finish investing in these characters now that they've been buffed, but that's gonna be like a long-term thing, unfortunately. Requires too much patience. I do wish... You know what I should do? Is I should at least switch him to his old sig that I for some reason put on Kale. How's this weapon gonna do for Kale? Is this good? Skill and burst. Yeah, that's actually kind of perfect for her, actually. So we'll go ahead and switch. And then I will... Probably not that good for him, but the normal and charged attack buff is pretty good. Do I have the materials to... I would really like to get that done, actually, and get him a proper weapon. And I can craft those, and I do have enough Mora. Well, for the Ascension, probably not for the levels, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Alright, so I needed to go to this domain, right? And I needed the Wolf's Tooth. I'm gonna double check before I spend any of my resin. Yeah. Okay. Boreal Wolf's Nostalgia. Kind of crazy going back to this place with modern units.
Trent, get out of here!
Stabilize!
Seriously? Oh my god. I'm going to poop a ghost. I'm not going to pull for the new Venti Sig, even though it's probably better. I'm just not doing it. I already pulled for a fucking signature weapon last patch, and it cost me everything. I mean, you know, it is nice that it has a special form for Arlecchino, but man, it was not really worth it. I'm glad I have it, but if I don't know, I would probably do it again, but I think I was just mostly impatient, wanting something to pull on. It's gonna be a while before there's something I really want to pull on again anyway, because I already have Salonin, obviously. I don't really need Maressa.
Let's light it up!
Solidify!
Rain cutter.
That's the one. That's
No,
like
my
the
sword.
other side of the FOMO. Is like when there's a banner that has nothing you want on it. It's kind of like, well, what the fuck do you do? You know. Yeah. Okay. We'll burn that. We own 8. We own 2. Yeah, we're gonna need more. And I think I do have some, like, permanent, resin things, right? Oh, I only have one. Yeah, okay, this is kind of rough.
Gather!
I'm going in! Let
Let me weave you a verse.
What am I doing? These are fights about fucking using shoes at all.
Oh. Transfixed.
What a weird time in Genshin history. Like, going back and playing these domains, the ways that they structured the challenges were very weird and interesting. I mean, it's all trivial now with, like, endgame meta units, but back then, when you were leveling and, like, people were still figuring out the meta, it's very different. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna need, I think we're gonna need another run, at least. And then maybe we have a shot of getting enough mats.
Laid bare.
Stabilize.
Teamwork is strength. Witness the power of good one.
I mean, honestly, technically, Arlecchino isn't even really a modern unit. It's been like 2 years since her release. But she still does, like, really good damage. Not as power crept as, like, Mabuika, but still pretty good. Pretty good. Especially with Stig.
Time to act.
Alright. Let's go back to the crafting bench. Let's see how many we can make. Because we need... I think we had one. Right? Yeah, we got one. So we just need to make 5 of them. Craftable amount 4. Well, we'll see how lucky we can get. Right, change that to venti. So I can make 2 as is, which means theoretically I need 9 of these. Which means I would need 27 of these in theory. I guess we'll just throw them all in the wood chipper instead of trying to do math. Okay, so we're like technically 1 short. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, that is super unfortunate. Okay, there we go. We're good. We don't need to do any more of that. And we just need to make 19 of these. Okay, that covers the Ascension. And I should have all the mats, but I don't have the Mora. God, I hate being resource strapped. Kind of sucks. I think I am going to level it, though. It is a 5-star weapon. Honestly, I should. I should probably level all my 5 stars to 90. Because I don't have that many. But I also don't have enough Mora for that. I guess... Well, there's no reason to... you know what? Actually, I do have all these sigils, so I might be able to trade them in for some Mora. Do I have Animo sigils? Yes. Okay, so we'll start there.
Body and mind.
Not that many, but something. like that's the one we have the most of. Inazuma. Was Inazuma the first time they used the sigils for, like, the tree things? I remember the Sacred Sakura was a thing, but I don't remember if it used the lightning sigils. I think it did. Oh, I never even... Okay, well... What? Oh, you can't do that until the other... Okay. Alright. Okay, got that. And then we'll get these. Okay. What's next? Sumeru. Tax officer. Oof. Fontaine. I think I probably spent most of my Fontaine sigils, or if I haven't, then I probably didn't buy all of the furnishings from the place. Yeah, okay, we'll get the... We'll purchase all of these real quick before I do anything else. Wait. What? Can be purchased once other items are sold out. Oh, you can just buy those infinitely? Is that the deal? Well then, I'm not going to worry about that for now. Because I need Mora more than I need those. Okay, Natlan. The other thing I should do is finish R5ing the catch for Zhangling. It's something that I've just been putting off forever because I just don't enjoy the fishing. Well, and also it's really annoyingly time-gated in a way that... I mean, everything is time-gated in this game, right? Like, there's resources that you need to wait for server reset, but the way the fishing works... Having it be, like, RNG, what fish you get, makes it so annoying to even think about doing that I've gotten it most of the way there. I think it's like R4 right now, but it's just such an annoying thing to have to do. Is it R4 or is it R3? Let's find out together. Yeah, R4. Not like the biggest deal in the world, but yeah. Okay. And these are the infinite ones that you can just buy infinitely. I'm not going to worry about that because we're not farming for any Natlan characters at this point. Okay, and I don't think we can actually do anything with Nod Cries yet. unless they changed it with the latest patch, but I don't think they did. Because I've already got all of the meeting points to level cap. I mean, I would imagine everyone does at this point. It's like... It only took like 2 days from the launch of 6.0, period. So... It's been a while. But I'll take a look anyway, just to be sure. Yeah, okay, that figures. So how much Mora did we actually get from that? Ah, that was a decent amount, actually. I think I can actually do this now. Right. So we'll level that. Yeah, that cost a chunk of change, but it's done forever. Do I have any other like 5-star weapons that... I know I have a copy of the Skyward Spear that I haven't... Oh, and Wolf's Gravestone. And the Amos Bow. So, this seems like it is tailor-made for Farazan. Did they genuinely make a 5-star SIG for a 4-star character, or am I just tripping? Like, because this feels like it is tailor-made for, like, some kind of on-field carry Farazan, even though, like, as far as I know, that's not a real thing in Endgame. It seems like they maybe intended for it to be and then just undertuned her. I don't know. And I do have an extra Skyward Spine that I could throw into refining, but I don't know. With the way I build things, it's sometimes worth it to have duplicates of a weapon rather than just... Especially for, like, Imaginarium mode, where you want all of your characters to have, like, a baseline without having to tinker with equipment every single time. Because, like, imagine having to swap around artifacts and weapons for 27 characters every, like, what is it, 3 weeks? I just don't want to deal with that, man. I didn't want to deal with it when it was 8 characters. Forget 27. So I'm like kind of on the fence about just throwing that in to refine Skyward Spine. What does it even do? Crit rate, normal attack speed, and trigger a 40% attack burst in a small AoE every 2 seconds. You know, for the longest time, I never had Wolf's Gravestone either. I think I got it when I was pulling for Crimson Semblance. And, yeah, it's kind of... I mean, I remember when this was like... You know, the OG 5-star weapon that people wanted. And now I look at it and it's like double attack with an attack bonus and another bonus that only applies to enemies at less than 30% HP for more attack. And it's an all-party members attack, which is a huge attack buff, but it seems like a support weapon. I would like to finish leveling it, but... I did burn through a third of the Mora we just got, so it might be better to just save that for Razor. Get him to 80. craft those real quick. Yeah. It's cool to see Arlecchino still being relevant in the story, too. I don't even remember how many we needed, like 22? We'll just make 22. It's not a huge deal. But yeah, I would like to get all the Hexarai to like a usable, like an actually usable state. I'm not even sure what you would want for him now. Probably like some Electro set. I watched a video that went over the changes, but it kind of went in one ear and out the other. Something about the orbs he generates, enhancing his, like, electro attacks. Wolf Within's damage dealt is increased by 70% of Razor's attack. While the Wolf Within is summoned by Razor's Elemental Burst, Lightning Fang is active. Electro Sigils from Razor's skill, Claw Thunder, Overflow. The Wolf Within will call down Lightning Strike on nearby enemies, dealing AoE electro damage equal to 150% attack, and restoring 7 energy to Razor. Okay. How does this actually work? Deals electro damage to nearby opponents, clears all of his sigils, converted into elemental energy. Okay. Wolf Within will fight alongside him. Strikes alongside Razor's normal attacks, dealing electro damage. Okay. Raises Razor's attack speed and electro res. Causes Razor to be immune to damage. Yeah. Disables Razor's charged attacks. Increases Razor's resistance to interruption. Dealing electro damage. Gain an electro sigil. Okay. Okay. And this is just normal, so that basically gives him both physical and electro. But his constellations also matter. Increase the Razor damage, crit rate against opponents. Okay, so he can... Actually, I should give him Wolf's Gravestone if I ever do use it. Lightning Fang, Claw and Thunder. Opponents, they will have their defense res, or defense decreased by 15. Every 10 seconds, Razor's Sword charges up, causing the next normal attack to release lightning that deals 100% of Razor's attack as electro damage. When not using Lightning Fang is the skill? No, ultimate. Okay. Lightning strikes on an opponent will grant 3 electro sigils for his elemental skill, Claw and Thunder. When Razor gains electro sigils through his elemental skill, he will gain 3 sigils instead. for 15 seconds after consuming sigils. His crit rate is increased by 10 and crit damage by 50%. Wow. Okay. So, because like, yeah, it seems like he really wants to attack scale. I'm thinking most of his damage is probably going to come from the electro damage, but a not insignificant amount of it will probably also come from physical. So, I guess the question is it worth giving him an electro goblet or giving him an attack goblet? Also, what does that mean for his set? Okay. Does the Wolf Within, like, coordinated attack count as normal attack damage? That's another question, because if it does, then that set bonus is... So it's 40.8% normal attack damage. So that means it is 40% of the damage a normal attack would deal, but does that mean it is considered normal attack damage? Or is that just the math that they use to do? It's probably normal attack damage, right? Because it seems like that Gladiator's set is kind of meant for him. Are there any other sets that would be worth considering? Because, like, obviously that's huge. 35% damage. And also additional attack. Physical damage, elemental skill. I mean, if Fizz Razor were a thing, but physical these days is just not really a thing. Especially now that his kit seems to have been reworked to further increase his electro damage output. So I don't think that's really a worthwhile option to consider. He literally can't do charged attack in ulti, so that's worthless. What are the rest of these? This is moon sign stuff. That's skirk gear. This is Varisa stuff, right? Charged. Plunging. Yeah, okay. Night Soul. Burning. That's Bond of Life. Geo. Healing. Nope. Skill. Off-field skill, so no. I mean, I could see that being a thing in combination with other characters, but yeah, not for, like, the Marushosei Hunter. I mean, I've seen that that's really good as long as you have, like, Furina and a healer on the team for a lot of characters, because 36% crit rate is kind of huge, right? And normal and charged attack damage is just kind of good across the board, but yeah, obviously not Vorkasha's. Nope. You know, I could see a world in which maybe a set like this, you could do a team with Razor with something like this, but it would probably be a gimmick more than like an actual build, you know? You know what? I feel like, has there ever been a Mondstadt character that is Dendro? Be interesting. Dendro Hexerai. I mean, you don't need it necessarily to do a Hyper Bloom or Aggravate team with Razor. You could just... Because you only need 2 Hexerai, but it would be interesting. Reaction, attack, I don't know, mastery. I mean, that, again, probably a gimmick thing. Yeah. Okay. That is a Fairyzon set. Dendro healing set. Defense Geo. I mean, Emblem of Severed Fate is just kind of good for so many characters. I don't think I would necessarily want to use it on Razor, though. Especially if his Wolf Within coordinated attacks are considered normal attack and not burst, then this would be completely worthless. I have no idea if it is, though. I'm just kind of assuming. I could actually kind of see this with the way that his recharge works. It might kind of screw with it. But I could actually see this. Normal charge plunging attack increased by 50% for 10 seconds. And all you have to do is spend 15 elemental energy, which with Razor, because he's constantly getting it back from the orbs, might make it viable. But then again, it might... Because doesn't he have a high burst cost? Yeah, it is a high cost. But... I don't know. I think that might actually potentially be workable. Depending. I think I'm gonna give... Honestly, if I give Wolf's Gravestone to anyone, it should be like a much more meta character, but yeah, so... Anyway, we were looking at the different sets. We were at this... I think this one might potentially be an option, an interesting option, because obviously 50%, and this would pretty much have, like, you would pretty much be able to get 100% uptime because of how fast his skill recharges on the 50% normal charged attack bonus, which is better than 35. I mean, he doesn't really care that much about charged attack, but, like, still. I could actually see this being an interesting option if the energy recharge is there. Yeah. This is obviously not... Nope. No. 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 And... yeah, I mean, obviously, Thundering Fury... it's probably an option, but it's also an option that doesn't fully benefit the non-electrical part of his kit. Like, this would be a Razor reaction team, which is probably, like, perfectly comparable. It might even be the meta, I don't know, depending. Like, I'm guessing that the reason why we don't see like, I'm guessing that these were the most used pre-buff. And depending on the player statistics from this patch, we might see some recommended sets pop up here after. I'm not sure like how quickly they actually update. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so we were just looking at the rest of these. We're not going to use a 4-star set on him, since he is just inherently built to be an onboard driver. So you wouldn't want, like, you wouldn't want to gimp his stats like that if you were to use him. So I think some of the most interesting options, like obviously there's just default Gladiator. I think I've always wanted to actually do a working Shimenawa's Reminiscence set build. I think he might be a character where that is actually like a viable thing, depending on if you build him with a little extra ER and have another Electro in the team. I think that could be interesting. So you could run him with like Fischl, and then yeah, that'd potentially be kind of a banger. Obviously Thundering Fury is just kind of the go-to for reaction. You could also do like maybe Flower of Paradise. Triggers blue. Yeah, maybe Flower of Paradise in a Aggravate Hyper Bloom. And then maybe Gilded Dreams as an alternative reaction build for Thundering Fury, depending. But it would probably still not be as good. So I think the most likely for him, not that. Like, if you wanted to do a physical team, sure, but physical in 2025 is like it's just not gonna happen in like any kind of meaningful end game way. I mean, even the Imaginarium doesn't have buffs for physical, which is, you know, kind of screwed up. So yeah, I think the most interesting like non-basic option is probably Shimenawa's Reminiscence, and then other than that, I'd just go with Gladiators. Gladiators is much easier to farm, although Shimenawa's does also come from the same domain as ER burst one that's like super good for every character. So I could see if I have like a decent amount of those. So he gets crit rate and crit damage bonuses from increased crit rate. Okay, so that's only against enemies with 30% less or less HP, so that's like not you might as well count that functionally, mathematically, as like a 3% crit rate increase, since it's 10% of 30%. And arguably even less than that, because you will deal accelerated damage during that time, so it's not like you'll be getting the full duration. And then the other crit buff he has is This doesn't stack, it's just once you consume it, and it refreshes after consuming Electro Sigils, 10% crit rate, and 50% crit damage. So you'd probably want to build for crit rate on him. Unless you just got really cracked subs on every piece. Obviously he wants attack and ER. The rest of these are kind of whatever. That's not so good. Attack, ER, EM. What else would you want for subs? So obviously you'd want attack, crit rate, crit damage, ER. Is there anything else that would contribute to his damage outside of EM and then flat attack? Like, basically, I'm thinking the only way this piece could be better is if they replace the flat attack with crit rate, right? Like, am I crazy, or am I just forgetting a stat that could roll on this? Because I think I'm just going to go for this one, right? I think that's the move. Even though it's crit damage and not crit rate, I think since we don't have, like, fully built out artifacts right now, I think it's fine. Okay. Crit rate, crit damage, EM. Crit damage, ER, EM. Well, since we have crit damage Helm, we would want to have crit rate subs, even if this is technically better. I don't know, it's kind of not ideal, to be honest. ER main stat for Razor, I don't know. I don't know about that. I think I'd want to, like, have... Alright, we're gonna try this one for now. What else we got? We got attack, crit rate, EM. No, we definitely want, like, ER pieces. Oh, that would be a good one, but I'm not gonna pilfer Charlotte, because she is kind of useful as a healer. Kind of. Oh, that's... Yeah, and she also really wants ER. Man, I have, like, all these, like... Oh, that's actually pretty good. It doesn't have attack, but, like, he gets... If I do use Wolf's Razor, or Wolf's Gravestone on him... Yeah, I mean, he'll have so much attack anyway, that I don't think it matters. What else? What else? Yeah, I think that's the one. That's the one. Crit rate, crit damage, ER. Yeah, that's also pretty good. I think we'll switch to that. And we've at least got a set on him now. Even though I don't think it's perfect. ER on every piece as a sub is ideal. And then... Do we have... Let's turn off the set filter. They still recommend physical damage, really? I feel like... I feel like electro damage has got to be better, right? At this point. Or maybe attack percentage. I wonder if there's like an updated... Like, I'm not... You know, I can generally sort of figure out, but like, the theory crafters who are willing to sit around and do all the testing to figure out what actually affects what and, you know, what the actual math is behind each multiplier. Like, could we sit here and do a theory craft stream and, like, find some I mean, the thing is, you don't even have target dummies in this game, so it's like... Oh, it would be so tedious. I'm just gonna see if there is any updated info on him that's been sussed out. Let's check KQM. Do they have a new Razor update? Guides, Electro, Razor 4.1, 2.2. Yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't look like, at least on the website, maybe if I went to the Discord, but trying to sift through like actual chats. And I mean, it's not like the damage multiplier on his ultimate at this point is that high. I think it was like 40% of normal attack damage. Right? 40% normal attack speed bonus too. That's actually kind of crazy. 40% normal attack damage. So most of the damage just going off of this is going to be coming from physical, but wasn't there something else that like Wolf Within's damage dealt is increased by 70% of Razor's attack. So that actually means if it's talking about this, what is his normal attack? So 70% of that would probably be like 90% normal attack damage. So yeah, these might actually, if I did the math, it's probably pretty close at talent level 9, but it might actually deal more damage than the physical component of his damage, but it would be like pretty close to 50-50. At worst it would be like 25-75, but ignoring 25% of your damage is still not, like, ideal. Still, I don't think physical damage is the way to go anymore. Just at a guess. I mean, obviously, I haven't done the actual theory crafting to, back that up, but like so 70% of his attack. So no, that would actually be less, right? Because as opposed to 132, 70%. So what's 40% of this? That would be like 4 times 1.3. No, I'm thinking too hard. 1.3. My brain. So that would be 5.2. So 52% plus 70. Yeah, so it's a little less in total. It would be like 120% damage. And then I guess if it's based on the normal attack, right? So for each of these it's going to be different. It would be 4.4 or 45% for this one, and then 65% if it's not a flat amount. So that actually potentially really, like, really good. It might not... That means it still won't deal quite as much as the physical component of his damage. But it'll be like 50-50, almost. If I'm not crazy. So, what else? What else? Right, and then you also have to consider that you've got, so you also have the lightning strikes from normal attacks, in addition to the coordinated damage. And then there's something else that also does separate lightning strikes, if I remember right. What was that? Yeah, so one of the Hexer buffs is also whenever his lightning sigils overflow during his ultimate, then he will also call down a lightning strike to deal 150% of his attack and restore 7% energy. Does that conflict with his final talent? Oh, this is when he's not... Wait. Oh, every 10 seconds. Okay, so this is regardless of whether he's in ultimate or not. So yeah, you get... Every 10 seconds you get that, and then during ultimate you're going to get 150% damage lightning strikes, like... you know what? I'd have to, like... How often does he actually generate those? I'm not sure. I'm sure it's fairly quick. So yeah, you're going to have like a significantly higher amount of his damage coming from electro damage. And it's all going to be based on his attack. So the question is it worth going for electro damage on his goblet, or is it worth going for attack? And normally it would never even be a question, but some of the characters lately have been deliberately designed, like Nefer, to want EM on their goblet instead of just like an elemental type bonus. Granted, that's because their damage comes mostly from reactions, like including Flynn's. And reaction damage doesn't benefit from that. At least not the lunar reactions that they use. So I guess the question is... attack. I definitely wouldn't go physical damage in this day and age. Because it's just not really a thing. And a much larger amount of his damage is going to be coming from Electro, so completely ignoring that, where it's like maybe nearly 50-50. I think we go attack, right? Or maybe EM for like a reaction team. But it scales with his attack, so I think we go attack, right? I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna like invest yet, so I think it's fine if I just... Oh, that would be good for Flynn's, actually. Wow, I really don't have that many attack goblets because, I just wood chippered them over the years. Something with ER would be good, too. That is kind of unfortunate. Well, I think... Yeah, I mean, there's not that many characters. Like, there are some that use attack goblets, but most of them are, like, supports or healers. Flynn's was, like, kind of the first big one. So I guess for now, we'll just grab this and slap it on him. And that way we have, like, maybe a baseline of stuff that we can use. So, how many pieces do we have ER substat on? There's 3... 4. What about Shimenawa's? Yeah, I'm sorry, this turned into a fucking Razor fake theory crafting stream. I mean, I know I have a bunch of these from, farming for Emblem of Severed Fate. Attack crit rate ER. Attack crit rate ERM. That's potentially interesting. What is this one? Crit rate. Oh, bro, that's actually fucking sick. Okay. You know, obviously you do want attack on him, but I'm just thinking, like, if I were to use Wolf's Gravestone, I mean, Wolf's Gravestone is basically just so much attack from everything all the time. Like, every single bonus it has is just more attack. It kind of feels redundant to just go for attack substats when you really need, like, crit and other things from literally everything else. Attack crit rate ER, attack crit rate ER, crit rate crit damage, okay. So that would probably be it. I'm not going to use that right now, but yeah. Why do I have fully leveled Shimenawa's Reminiscence? Well, back in the day when it came out, when I didn't know anything about the meta, yeah, I wanted to try, you know, main board attack Electro Traveler. I was invested at the time in trying to make Traveler like a main, like an actual MC in a team, which was really dumb, but it was just like for kind of for not really story reasons, but just like, you know, the concept of you're going through the world as the Traveler. I wanted them to be like playable and usable. You know, it is what it is. But it's fine, you know, if all they're relegated to is being a support, then it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, okay, we got crit rate, crit damage, ER, with attack main. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore that. And then for hats, crit rate, crit damage, attack. I don't think any of these are actually really that good. Yeah, and I'm not gonna go out of my way to farm for one. I think we'll just stick with gladiators. I think that's fine. Shimenawa's is interesting if you can get the ER substat for it, but it's not worth like going out of your way for. So anyway, do I want to do Durin's story? Honestly, wasted a lot of time doing that. Looking at that, I don't think I really accomplished anything either. I would like to level this, though, actually. So we're just gonna go in and see if we can get enough from one run. Wait, did I enter the right version? That's the question. Maybe I will do Durin's quest after this, after a short break. I don't know. Chains. Okay, yep.
Solidify!
I'm going in! Let me weave you a vert. Yeah.
That might be enough to at least get the, like, this one ascension. I don't know which other characters I would even want to use the Claymore on. I mean, it's a 5-star Claymore, and I don't think I have... I think the only other one I have is one with ER on it, so... We'll just go to Razor real quick. Weapons. It does kind of seem like... I mean, thematically, it makes sense that it was made for him, and because it's, like, so much attack substat, seems like it might also be made for him in that sense. Yeah, with the amount of resin we have, I don't think we're... At least it's not, like, grayed out anymore. Let's... The 2 daily quests just spawn, like, in the same place. Because we just did the, like, pallid thing. Man, remember these. Okay. Yeah, I guess instead of doing any more screwing around, we will start the Durin quest. A Mother's Last Wish, the magic known as storytelling. Okay.
Oh, traveler from beyond this world, will you witness this tale unfold?
Alice?
You recognized me just like that? Maybe I need to work on my impression. Anywho, come to Star Sand Shoal. There's a little something I'd like your help with.
Well, it wouldn't be Clay's mom without a hefty dose of mystery, huh? Let's go see what this is about.
About Durin's past. After receiving a strange fairy tale book, you and Paimon arrived at a wondrous world named Simulanka. There, you experienced an adventure with your companions. Eventually, you discovered that the world was created based on a fairy tale written by Mage M. You also rescued a little dragon named Durin in that world. Mini Durin made friends with you, promising to aid you at some point in the future when you should need it. The once-yearly Windbloom Festival had come around again, and so you and Paimon set out together for Mondstadt once more. But strange things kept happening. First, you found the residents behaving weirdly. Then Albedo was accused of murder. Concerned for your friend, the two of you accepted the invitation to join the investigation. After much investigative work, you uncovered the truth, and the culprit was none other than the dragon that fell onto the snowy mountains. Learning of Albedo's existence, the dragon, a fellow creation of Rhine-daughter, grew intensely jealous. It then began plotting in secret to destroy him. Together, you brought the immediate danger to an end, only to see an even greater threat surface. The dragon spine Durin was about to revive and bring disaster to Mondstadt. Fortunately, Albedo was prepared with a plan, and your friend from the fairy tale world also arrived in Mondstadt to assist. In the end, through the combined efforts of you and Albedo, Durin, the dragon bearing the same name, was reborn in the Fallen One's place, and the crisis was finally brought to an end.
Oh, it's Durin!
Traveler and Paimon? Ah, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't scare you.
Oh, no, you didn't scare us. Just gave us a little surprise. Looks like you've gotten even more powerful now.
I don't know. It just feels like it's gotten harder to control. I didn't mean to strike so hard. I'm so relieved you didn't get hurt.
It's all good. We've had worse.
Ah, no, don't worry about that. It's been very stable ever since I got this body. Albedo made sure of that. What you saw just now is something that only started happening recently. Maybe I'm still acclimating or something. I'm sure it'll clear up over time. Anyway, what brings you here? Did you need something?
Well...
The day that the writer and the watcher crossed paths was the day that the magic known as storytelling was born.
So, she asked us to come.
Miss Alice?
Oh, you too? I guess I really do need to work on my impression. Well, never mind that. It's been too long, Mini Durin. And please, that's Aunt Alice to you. I have brought you and the Traveler together here for a very important purpose. It has to do with your mom.
My mom?
Indeed, fairy tale author extraordinaire, Anya Marie Andersdaughter. See, I knew this would be right up your alley. Now then, if you'll open the book, I will begin narrating.
Whoa! What is this place? It reminds Paimon of Simulanka.
The two are indeed similar. Both worlds were built using the same magic after all.
Aha! So it is Alice!
Hello, Aunt Alice?
Oh, no need to be shy. Just think of me as one of your mother's dearest friends.
You keep talking about stories and magic. What's this all about? Simulanka 2.0 or something?
Certainly not. Simulanka was a peerless masterpiece. Without the original author, it would be impossible to create a sequel, even for me. But you are right about one thing. Just like last time, I want to show you a work of magic that has to do with storytelling.
What's this?
This is your mother's dying wish.
My mother's dying wish was a book?
Let me answer that with a question. What do you suppose would be a writer's greatest regret? Have you ever read a book called The Little Witch and the Undying Fire? Oh, well, you're missing out. It's a wonderful book. It began as a little game at our tea parties. Each of us took turns writing the next part of the story. I wrote the first volume, then the other mages took their turns. Em was tasked with writing the final volume and tying everything up. But by the time everyone had finished writing their parts, Em had passed away. Oh, it was a terrible shame. A true tragedy. And that is the answer to my question. A writer's greatest regret is to leave a story unfinished. But all is not lost. I couldn't stand the doom and gloom of it all, so I went ahead and wrote an ending myself on her behalf.
Then what's this book?
This is the answer your mother gave to the same question. In her eyes, this was her greatest regret. She made me promise that I would bring it to you, because she believed the only person who could resolve this regret is you.
So my mother's greatest regret is another unfinished story?
You could say that.
And I guess resolving the regret means finishing the story?
That's one way to put it.
Oh, is a straight answer too much to ask for?
Her answer was quite the opposite of what I'd expected. But oh, how touching it was. I'd love to tell you what she said, I really would. But that would spoil the plot, and we can't have that. Spoilers ruin everything.
Oh.
Just think of this task as giving a story a much-needed ending. All I ask is that you do your best.
I understand. But I only just started learning human script, and I don't have any writing experience at all.
Relax. Why else do you think your dear aunt went and found you two such wonderful helpers? With their experience, you'll have so many story ideas you won't know what to do with them. So don't be shy to ask lots of questions.
Yeah. If it's to help Durin fulfill his mother's dying wish, then we're in.
Aunt Alice, could I ask, what kind of story was my mother hoping to write?
I had a feeling this might come up, but that answer isn't mine to give. You'll have to find it yourself, here inside this book.
Don't worry. We'll help you come up with loads of ideas. Yeah, let's find a nice spot where we can settle in and read through this thing. We could even get some snacks, too.
Oh, the actual process might not be quite the walk in the park you're imagining, Paimon.
Why's that?
Because when Em created this book, she borrowed my magic. In other words, it's not a book you can just pick up and read. It's a magical book. Its chapters are scattered through memories of the past. Gather them all, and the book will show you its secrets.
So, where are we supposed to find these memories?
Em left a trail of clues for each unfinished chapter. Follow the hints, and you'll find them. Oh, and when it comes to adding to the story yourselves, you'll need to use this.
And this is?
This, my dear little Paimon, is the ink M left behind. Infused with a little of my own magic, of course. If you're planning on writing something inside the book, you'll need it. It's extremely precious, so be sure to use it sparingly. This is all that's left.
So we need to search for the memories and keep an eye on how much ink we're using.
It just had to be a wild goose chase, didn't it?
Perhaps it's just another form of storytelling. Em was ever so creative when it came to things like that. Just think of it as a little challenge your mom left behind. Who knows? There could even be a mysterious prize at the end of it all.
I don't care about that. This was my mother's dying wish. Whatever it takes, I'll find a way.
Yep. With the two of us by your side, you'll be just fine.
Okie dokie. That should be pretty much all you need to know. Oh, and once the story's complete, do let me have a little look-see, okay? I've read everything she ever wrote, so naturally, I can't miss this one.
Yeah! Most of the time, you're pretty hard to pin down.
Don't worry, I'll know when you're finished. Just wait for me to reach out. All right, off you go. I can't wait to hear how the story ends.
Oh, here we are again. Alice's magic really is incredible, huh? Right. Alice mentioned we should be on the lookout for clues. Huh?
A corner of repose for countless tales, watched over by the honor of knights. A place for stories to sleep, perchance to dream of ancient cities and the epics of ages past. There, a witch once spent a sleepless night, and all to bring forth a story yet untold. Find the place I speak of, for it is where the seeds of this story lie.
Was that a riddle? Where do you think this mysterious place could be? Hey, you might actually be onto something. Guess that means we need to head back to Mondstadt?
I had a feeling that's where we would be headed. After all, it's where my mother was from, and I bet it's where she wrote this story, too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Still, I feel bad about dragging the two of you along on such a long journey.
Don't worry about it. We don't really have much going on right now, so we're all yours. Come on, let's go! Rest and reboot! Hey!
It all adds up.
Let's see what you're made of. The mystery unravels. Can't hide the truth.
Back in the Mondstadt Library, huh? Talk about a trip down memory lane.
So we're supposed to find the seeds of the story, right? What do you think that means?
Well, we're in a library, so it's gotta be books, right? But seriously, there's so many here. How are we supposed to know which ones we need?
Making a racket in a library? You should know better than that.
Lisa! Oh, sorry about that.
Now, who do we have here? Ah, my golden-haired cutie. And my little horn cutie, too.
Sorry, Miss Lisa. I know you taught me to be quiet in the library, but Paimon was just trying to help. Please don't be too hard on her.
Well, it has been far too long since we saw each other, so I suppose I can let it slide just this once. Back when he first arrived here, poor Jean wasn't sure what to do with him, so I stepped in to lend a hand. I figured, if I can handle a boy raised by wolves, then teaching one who's part dragon should be a walk in the park.
Nice! Sounds like Durin was welcomed with open arms.
Why, of course. Now, let's save the reminiscing for another time. I'm sure you're here for a reason. Did you need to borrow some books?
It's kind of hard to explain. Maybe you could take a look at this.
Oh? Ah, I see. These so-called seeds of the story must be the books that inspired its creation. That's just how it is with stories. They grow out of the tales that came before them. And that mage, I can almost picture her here, hundreds of years ago, scribbling away at one of these very desks.
But we don't know anything about this story. How are we supposed to figure out which books inspired it?
As it happens, just before I found you here, I was looking into something rather peculiar. One of the knights reported seeing some books that weren't listed anywhere in our catalog. Stranger still, just as he went to reach out for them, the books vanished into thin air. And then a while later, while he was browsing through other shelves, there they were again.
Seriously?
That particular knight knows this library inside and out. I'd be very surprised if he was seeing things. Something tells me these might just be the magical books you're after. According to the report, there are 3 of these books in total. I'll be relying on you to track them down, cuties.
Second strongest spell in existence. Do not show Klee. Wait, there's actually a book like that right here in the Mondstadt library? That title's just gonna make people even more curious. Huh. There's definitely something fishy about this one. Let's hang on to this one for now. Could be one of the ones we're looking for. It's one of M's, after all. An experiment log? Looks like part of the title's been erased. There's something seriously suspicious about this book. Kinda looks like a poetry collection. But why is part of the title missing? Let's see what Lisa makes of it. Oh, wait! Did Klee write this one? Should this even be here? We better show it to Lisa.
Well, did you manage to find them? Truly extraordinary, and certainly not the kind of thing that should be just lying around. In fact, Miss Alice gave strict instructions about it.
So, it's some kind of book of spells? Paimon's guessing magic this powerful should be kept a secret.
It's true. This book does contain one of Miss Alice's spells. But honestly, virtually no one could actually pull it off, even if they tried. The only reason it's even meant to be in the restricted section is because we can't let Klee get her hands on it. After Klee was born, Miss Alice advised us to seal it away. She even added that little subtitle herself.
So, it's to keep it away from Klee, huh? Does that mean she could use it to cause even more mayhem than she already does with Jumpy Dumpty?
No, that's not it. As Miss Alice herself put it, letting Klee see it too early would spoil the surprise. Well, did you manage to find them? This book definitely doesn't belong here.
Yeah, we could tell just from reading the title.
Albedo was the one who brought it in. He suggested I place it on the restricted list and keep it sealed away.
Why?
He said it's full of forbidden alchemical formulas, some of which could even result in the creation of dangerous monsters. Apparently, the danger it posed was so great, he didn't even feel like it was safe to carry around or keep it in his workshop.
Really? Definitely sounds like it shouldn't be here then.
Still, if that mage read this book too, it must have been written a lot earlier than I'd imagined. Well, did you manage to find them? Yes, this is a restricted book, all right. It certainly isn't supposed to be here.
Huh. But it looks like a regular poetry collection. How did it end up being classified as a restricted book?
The issue lies with one of the poems inside. You've heard of the great battle that took place on Dragonspine, yes? 500 years ago, during the cataclysm in Conria, an evil dragon descended upon Mondstadt. A fierce battle with Dvalin ensued, but in the end, the evil dragon fell, and Dragonspine became its resting place.
You're talking about Durin. The Durin of Dragonspine.
Well, the poem in question turns the whole battle into a dance, with the evil dragon recast as an innocent child who came here in search of friends. But given all the suffering experienced at the claws of that dragon, how could the people of Mondstadt accept such a retelling? Bards are often accused of inventing history or distorting the truth in their ballads. But this one hit a bit too close to home. And since the knights back then were unable to track down the author, they decided to ban the entire collection, blot out the title, and seal it away for good.
So the version in the poem, it was all a lie?
I'm afraid that question is something only the dragon himself could answer. Well, would you look at that? Seems like these are the little troublemakers you're after. And all three just so happen to be forbidden texts. What kind of story requires reference material like that, I wonder?
Forbidden texts? You know, the first time you mentioned that the library had a restricted section, Paimon thought you were just trying to scare us. Are you saying it actually exists?
Not really something you should be poking your little nose into, is it, cutie?
Sorry.
Seeing as it was Miss Alice who asked you to look for these books, I won't question the matter. But they'll need to be sealed away again once you're done, so don't forget to return them.
Don't worry, Miss Lisa. I won't forget.
Well then, that's all from me. After all that hard work, I think I've earned myself a nice cup of tea.
Alright, we've gathered all the reference books. What's next?
Wait, look!
Long, long ago, an evil dragon descended upon the human world, bringing terrible calamity in its wake. Bravely did the people resist, until at last, the dragon lay slain. Later, a witch with a love for stories came upon the tale of the evil dragon, and for reasons she could not explain, felt a pang of sorrow on its behalf. For she knew, despite its body being born of wicked alchemy, all along, the dragon's soul was that of an innocent child. Right up to the moment of its death, it had no choice in becoming a vessel of calamity, nor could it fathom the cruel fate that lay before it. Though the witch had a love of stories, she was not pleased with how this one ended. No, that won't do, she thought. I'll write you a better ending instead. And so she set off to do just that, borrowing a little magic from her friend. With it, she wove a dragon's egg, resolving to rear a dragon child of her own. Yet long in thought she lingered, wondering what kind of world her little dragon ought to behold upon waking. At last, she made her mind up, adorning the cradle with a wisp of woodland air. Then, she quietly waited for the egg to hatch.
Whoa! We're actually inside the story!
This must be Aunt Alice's magic.
Yeah.
A story about me?
Why don't we just see where the story takes us? All we know is the beginning at this point.
Okay.
And now a golden-haired traveler, a silvery sprite, and a dragon-born youth step onto the stage. What new chapter will their arrival bring?
Whoa! That came out of nowhere! Was that the same voice we heard just now? Yeah. But why does it sound so familiar?
I've missed this. It's just like the stories my mother used to tell me.
You mean... Em? She used to tell you stories?
Yeah, she loved it. Back when she was still alive. Sorry, we should focus on what we're here to do. So, now that we're in the story, what's next?
The dragon youth wondered aloud. Yet all he could do was wait for the story to unfold. Of course, there's something to be said for helping it along. Perhaps a little exploration could prove fruitful.
Oh! Is that a hint?
Yeah, I agree.
This Dodoko doll is meant to be the witch in the story, right? Wait a second. All the people we've seen that look like that turned out to be mages from the Hexen Circle. Do you think the witch in this story is one of them too?
My mother had a hat just like this.
Then, the witch must be Em. Looks like this story really is about Durin, huh?
Whether the sprite spoke true or not, it had little bearing on the story at hand.
For in that moment, what mattered most was not that she was a witch, but a mother waiting for her child to hatch.
Let's keep looking.
For a moment, the story crashers fell silent. Perhaps waiting around wasn't such a bad idea after all. Yet those who never stray beyond the main plot often miss the fun little details along the way.
Look at all these books! Guessing the witch did a lot of reading while she was waiting for the egg to hatch.
It just so happened a dragon egg wasn't the only thing she was incubating here. Where else might a story be born, if not among books?
Oh! This must be the dragon egg, right? Looks like it's gonna hatch any moment now. So we've got a dragon egg about to hatch, a witch who loves stories, and that evil dragon we heard about at the beginning. Yep, it all adds up.
This is my story, isn't it?
Okay, so how are we supposed to help the story along? It feels like all we can do right now is wait.
Apparently, it hadn't dawned on the group to look for a way to help the egg hatch faster.
Oh, right! We're at the point in the story where we're waiting for the baby dragon to hatch, so that has to happen before the story can continue.
With the flames at his command, perhaps the dragon youth might be able to provide the egg with sufficient warmth.
What? You want us to roast the dragon egg?
The silvery sprite's surprise betrayed her lack of reading. For in countless tales it is told that only by fire's embrace will a dragon's egg hatch swiftly.
Huh, you kinda have a point there.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Watch out! Okay! New life!
Let every unborn life be welcomed with tender anticipation, and may that warmth stay with it for a lifetime. At last, under the witch's expectant gaze, the little dragon broke free from its shell. No living being has ever decided the moment of its birth. You were no exception, my child. I brought you into being because I willed it so, just like the witch who created that evil dragon. But I promise you this. Your birth was wanted. You are loved, and you will have a different fate than the dragon that came before you.
You've never told me those things before, but for some reason, I always knew. Thank you for bringing me into this world.
The waiting witch did not feel lonely, for she had 3 visitors by her side. Together, they beheld the hatchling's first breath of life. Holding her dragon child close, the witch promised him a life unlike that of the evil dragon. And so, nestled in his mother's warm embrace, did the little dragon's story begin.
Wait, isn't this Mondstadt? Looks like we're back in the real world. Looks like there's more written on the page now and less ink left than before. So, does that mean we've completed this chapter? Yeah, but why does M seem to think that the story isn't finished yet? Durin broke free from the curse, came into this world with a new body, and even made a bunch of new friends. That already sounds like a happy ending to Paimon. True. Everything's always so mysterious with these mages. Guess all we can do is wait for more clues.
Huh.
Is this thing on? All right, that should do it.
Hey, that's Alice's voice.
Hello there, children. If you're hearing this, you've stumbled upon the little recording I left for you. I thought you could use a few hints about how the book works. By now, I'm guessing you've already begun to leave your mark on the story. You should know, however, that the book needs time to absorb the ink, so the next chapter's clues won't show up right away.
Wait, so even magic ink needs time to dry?
The good news is, you can return to any chapter you've already completed and continue to explore the mystical, magical storybook world you helped create. Have fun, dearies. Toodles!
Oh, man. Paimon was so ready to knock this out in one go.
Maybe it's for the best. Sooner or later, we'll end up being whisked off to another world again, and if that happens, who knows when we'll be able to come back. So it might be good to take a break while we can.
A break. Yeah! Paimon has a sudden craving for the good hunter's sticky honey roast. And we happen to be in Mondstadt, so...
So let's meet up here later. I need to find Miss Lisa to return those books anyway. Aunt Alice said we can return to the story world at any time. If you feel like checking it out again, just come find me.
Huh. Paimon doesn't remember seeing this many manuscripts last time we were here. So, she wrote this many books even after Durin was born? Let's see. Weird. Is it just that Paimon hasn't read enough, or were none of these ever actually published? Wonder which story these are for. Well, looks like a lot of work went into it, so it must be a pretty great one. Doesn't remember weird. Wonder which story these are for. Well, looks
Alright, well I guess that's it for now. I remember seeing the pop-up that said that it would take place over 5 days, so I guess that makes sense. Little something to do every day, like anecdotes, which, now that I think about it, I don't think I have done the anecdotes for today, so let's see if we can find them. Gotta be around here somewhere, yeah. Maybe I did do one earlier and I'm just forgetting? Pretty sure I didn't. I doubt I finished all of them. Huh. Can I, like... Yeah, there's several characters that I still haven't seen anecdotes for at all. I don't think you need to be this zoomed in to see them on the map either. Zhen Yun. Yeah, I just don't see them. Okay. Huh. Okay. Well... done all this other stuff. I haven't done Millie Astro stuff, but it's just not a priority. Like, it's cool. I'm glad that they have a UGC mode, and I thought about doing stuff with it. I want to come up with something to create for it, but it's just, I've had so much other stuff to do. Oh yeah. I haven't checked the... I think I looked at the envisaged echoes, but I can't remember if I can get the new ones. Might be like Klee 90 and then... Yeah, I don't have her at 90 yet. I don't own Ganyu, and I don't have him at 90. What does hers look like? Can you preview it? I mean, that's cool. Realistically, I'm not gonna play Chi-Chi or Kirara. Alright. Well, I guess that's it for today. Oh, I really wish I could do some more character building and get some stuff done and play those. But yeah, those... I enjoy, like, the fairy tale style of storytelling that they do for these quests. Like, anything to do with the Hexen Circle is just really sweet and kind of nice. So, yeah, I'm gonna stop there for now. Maybe I'll eventually actually upload a story cut, but yeah.